Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Zombie. And look at it's frickin' figures. We love
frickin'
toys.
figures.
How is everyone doing tonight?
Yes, the girls are in bed. I'm responding to Pumaira
Ah,
at the moment.
I might be a little nasally tonight. I don't know. The weather is weird down here. We're getting all 4 seasons in a day again, and I'm like, I don't know. My sinuses are just killing me, so I apologize ahead of time if I gross you out.
Yeah,
But
it happens.
I mean, hey, I'm wearing green. I'm wearing its lucky shirt. It's St. Patrick's Day. I got a green figure here next to me. What's your excuse, Dustin?
I have a green figure.
Get him in here. There you go.
As for a green shirt, I realized that I don't have one.
What?
I don't have a single green shirt. I had a green and white striped shirt at one point in time back when I was working, but I literally have no green shirts.
Tommy Oliver's looking down, shaking his head at you.
I know, right? I know.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Abby, how's it going?
Hey, how we doing, man? And hey, Abby, I haven't said it yet. Congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
If you haven't checked out Figure Fight Club, do so. They're easy to find. Just search them on YouTube. They run open mic nights on is it still Tuesday nights, I believe. So he gives the community a chance to jump in and say hey and show off your goods if you got anything and join the discussion that they're having. They do some giveaways sometimes. And then on Friday nights, I believe, they still run their big show. Yep, he's saying Tuesday night, open mic night. Yep. And then again, like I said, on Friday night, they have their big show. They have interviews, and that's where the big giveaways are. Ever since they reached that 1,000 subscribers, huge milestone for them. So congratulations again, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So Dustin, what's in the box? What you got? Did you open anything? Yeah.
No, I think I showed Skeletor last week. I still haven't opened them, but I thought about it. I was real close this week, but I just never did.
I'm not really an in-box collector, but I'm finding a large portion of my collection is still in box just because of space. So right. I've thinned the herd a little bit behind me. I've got some blank spaces, but I haven't gotten too far with it. So some of the older stuff, I boxed up, like the original Sir Gideon's Heavens brand is not up here. So I got that second one that came with the Necronominous wave that I haven't even touched yet. So, I did mess around with this guy. So,
oh, nice.
I didn't fully take him out of the package, but I took some of his parts out. So this is officially called the Undead Builder Pack. This is from the current wave of Mythic Legions that are out right now. You can still get them at some approved retailers. But a word of caution with this guy. He comes with these translucent little parts. Like, it's hard to see in package, and I do apologize about that. But the arms and legs here, the feet, these other hands you see behind him, those are all translucent parts. Even this head right here. And then the other arms and legs you see in here are like a gray, like a gray with a white wash, not a wash, dry brush or whatever on them. Anyway, my caution here for you is these translucent parts have some type of UV reactive powder. Like, it doesn't glow in the dark or whatever, but if you have a UV light or black light or whatever, like, that residue gets on your hands and it's hard to wash off. So word of caution, I don't know what that stuff is, but he doesn't glow in the dark, but that powder, whatever it is, it's on these things is very UV reactive. So they'll glow under that light, just not out the light. But yeah, I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and I still found that I had some of that residue on my fingertips. And I'm going, oh, I don't even want to touch anything else that night. I was like, he's going back in the box.
Right.
I'm really unsure about that one. But really great parts. That's a lot of new parts in there. But one thing that Dustin knows I was fussing about a couple of weeks ago was so on my shopping runs, whenever I pick up like necessities, like if I don't have spare money, I won't venture to the toys. And it's a rule I've set for myself because, okay, really, I've got important stuff I've got to pick up, so toys can wait. I broke that rule one day and I was so upset because I'd found a couple of things that I'd been looking for and I had to leave them there. I left them on the pegs. I walked away grumbling. So I spent quite a bit of time complaining in our, messages and everything, me and Dustin. And I'm like, I can't believe this, and I can't, like, I'm trying to sell stuff and nothing's selling. And we'll get to the reason I believe that's happening right now here, later in the show or whatever. So fast forward to payday, I found again what I had seen when I was broke, and I was able to get it. So I'm happy again. It's so stupid, but it's something that brings me joy. So there's like a whole history with this character. But I found Supersonic from Sonic 3, the Sonic 3 movie again. So I found that the case pack out at my stores, because I've seen them a couple of times now, is 2 Supersonic. They have 1 Shadow with a different like facial expression from the first release, and then 1 Knuckles. I've also seen the Cho, I don't know how to say that, mascot Tails. That's the Tails body with that, the mascot head that you see in the movie. I have seen that one, but just not in the case when it gets stocked. So I don't know. It's weird, but I really wanted Supersonic. I don't need the other Shadow. I already have the Shadow, so the first Shadow, and I'm fine with that. So I found Supersonic first, and then a few days later, I went to the other Walmart in town, and I grabbed Knuckles because he was sitting there on one of the shelves. So
woohoo!
My Team Sonic is complete now.
Yeah.
So these were made by Jazzwares, I believe. No,
I think that's right.
Jax. I apologize.
Jax, that's right.
Made by Jax Pacific, the same company that made the Mario movie action figures. And these have that same type of effect that the Mario figures had with the eyes, where they've got, it's like a flat piece behind a raised dome to create the lens of the eyes. So I think it's a really neat little gimmick for a toy. So I still haven't opened up Sonic, Tails, or Shadow because, again, room.
Yeah,
but
and
I'm going to be making room. So
well, I know for me,
I have to be home to do it.
Right. I refused. I have the same situation. I refused to open C-3PO without R2-D2. They're a package deal, in my opinion. They're a package deal. I'm not going to open one without the other. So I'm excited that they announced that there's going to be another release of R2-D2, which I have not managed to find one yet. So
I haven't even seen that new one on the shelves. And you know me, I'm always looking. I go everywhere. So I look whenever I can. But no, I haven't even seen that one. So it's just one of those things. Like I find, like with this case pack out, Knuckles is the first to go. Like I've come across Supersonic, I don't know, 10, 15 times now because there's 2 of them in a case. And even still, Knuckles sells first, the new Shadow sells second, and then 2 Supersonics are left behind.
Mm.
So Knuckles is the hot one. It's just like, R2D2. He's the hot one. Everybody loves R2D2.
Yeah.
So he's just really difficult to find.
I think I'm probably just gonna have to bite the bullet and just order him from a online retailer or something. Just
Yeah.
because I don't know. It's hard. Like it's like I don't know. I just need to do it at some point. But
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those Black Series figures that I have never seen in person, and they've been
yeah,
out for a while. It's just they don't like. We still have like that Princess Leia that they released, where she's in like the dress from the Ewoks. We still have one of those. I think we still have a couple of Landos hanging out on the shelf. Of course, the Acolyte figures that
no one wants.
no one around here wants, because
Right.
I don't think a single one of them sold. Like they took them out of that little island display that they had out. Like they got rid of that thing, and then they moved them over to the pegs.
Take care, man.
Well, see you, man. Yeah, no, like we've got older figures, even from the Obi-Wan series, a couple of the Inquisitors. We still have some of those on here. Like, so yeah, we're not hardly getting anything new. And if we do, it's like one case and then it sells and then it's never stocked again.
Right.
Because inventory is still showing. You still have 3 other cases of figures. Like, yeah, we're not sending you anything new.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there's a few things that I would like to get. I would not mind the Kelnaka, the Chewbacca, like Jedi that they released. I wouldn't mind picking him up just to see if he's anything different or better than the other 2 Wookiees I have, which is Chewbacca and Chrysanthemum, just to see if there's anything different. See if I can mash them up or do something different with them. But
yeah. I'd made a Wookiee Jedi as a little pop and swap for somebody local. They had a Mace Windu and the Chewbacca from the Solo wave, from the Solo movie. I don't even think I ever showed that one off. Like, I think I showed it to you, and then like I don't think I ever showed it publicly.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, I don't remember posting it, but I mean, it was pretty straightforward too. Like those parts, with a little bit of heat, pop them apart and put them all together. It was, of course, it would have been a lot easier, but the guy that wanted it done, like, tried to do it himself. So he had pulled that whole socket out of the Mace Windu shoulder. So I had to put all that back together. I had to reassemble all of that before I could pop the arm out. It is what it is. Sometimes I have projects where people tried to do stuff and they're like, yeah, I couldn't do this. I couldn't get it to work. Could you maybe do this?
Yeah.
So have to restore what it would have been before they did it.
Hey, RPJ, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Yeah, we're currently just talking about Black Series stuff and
just BSing before getting to the meat and potatoes, as it were, of the show.
So there's like there's a few. I still want to get what's his name?
I need a clue.
The not Boba Fett. He wore Boba Fett's armor, but he wasn't Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, I can't remember his name either. Like,
I know who you're talking
about. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So I still want to get him.
See, I want that character, but not with the Boba Fett armor. Like, I want them to release him as a single, because they did put him in a 2-pack, and I can't remember who he was with in the 2-pack where he doesn't have Boba Fett's armor on, but I couldn't find that one. So they haven't released him as a single.
I think they did.
I mean, they have with him in Boba Fett's armor as a single packed figure. But they had a version of him, I believe, where there's no armor on him. But it was in a 2-pack, and I can't remember who it came with. Yeah, there's not many Black Series that I'm chasing after. They've kind of, I don't know. They're not doing any of the right things that I want them to do, and it's like, yeah, okay, they finally updated the clone trooper bodies, and they're impossible to find and get. So it's like, all right, whatever. I have enough of them up here anyway. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I have quite a few as well.
I have bigger fish to fry.
Well, yeah, you do, but I think I'm gonna be getting a new wave of Thundercats soon, both in hand and then a new pre-order.
So. I hope you saved up like I told you to.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah,
but yeah, so the new one is the new wave that I'll be getting has Robert Bill, a Luna, Luna and a Muck, and then there's a fourth. Oh, no, that was the other one. I forget who the fourth one was.
I can't help you there. I can't keep up with those either.
Oh, Claudus. Oh yeah, Claudus and his Thunderian Guard. So I'll be getting those, and I'm excited for that.
Hopefully they've corrected whatever little mishaps they've had with the past couple of QC problems for their waves, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure they haven't, at least on mine. I'll be the one that
they should
slip through the cracks.
We need to like tell Brian, look, you've got like the #1 Thundercats fan here. Send him like an early case to test to find the QC issues or whatever. Right. We'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure. Just give me a job. I'll come. You could send stuff here, and then Oh boy! But you want to get into it?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's bring up the screen here. I'm having trouble with tabs here, so bear with me because I'm sharing from. No, you can go ahead and pull it up. Okay. I'm sharing from Facebook here, so it's not my typical like image share. So a lot of this is pretty much 4 Horsemen heavy. So
yeah,
I just wanted to start out with giving the shipping and production updates for those that may not follow them or know. The Necronominous wave, the street date has since passed. We've been busy with interviews and everything, so approved retailers should have these in hand, and if you've ordered through them, they should be shipping out, as well as the 4-pack Graveyard Skeletons. I remember we talked about those in length on a past show. So those, if you ordered those should be shipping, and they're going fast from what I hear. Like, there wasn't too many extras ordered from anybody. Like, last time I checked Big Bad Toy Store, they still had some, but numbers are getting low. So if that's something that you're interested in, you might as well go pick some of those up.
Yeah.
Since they have I see a message there trying to peek through. Since they've got the Necronominous waves in, and they're shipping those out and everything, the All-Stars, which is kind of an extension of the Necronominous wave, is going into production, and they're hoping to wrap that up by the end of second quarter and having those on the water. Production is going to start for the first Cosmic Legion's Ox Crew wave. That's the ones with the bigger, thicker armor. So as soon as,
buddy.
Yeah, they like them thick in Cosmerium.
Yep.
So as soon as All-Star 6 is wrapped up in production, they're going to roll right over into the Ox Crew Cosmic Legions wave. And let me X out of our conversation here. We were having some technical difficulties before getting started. All right, so that's your production updates. They dropped this little fella here at ZoloCon.
Disgusting.
So this is behave. This is called the Legendary Barbarian. Total surprise drop. Caught me off guard for sure. Like I wasn't expecting this. Like I knew the headhunter for the beast. I don't know, beast. Well, I can't remember what the line's called for ZoloCon. Their own figures.
Yeah.
It'll pop in my head when it's too late, I'm sure. Anyway, so much like the Valiant Knight from 2 years ago and the Ninian Warrior from this past year, 2024, this was a surprise drop. Caught me off guard because it wasn't Legion's Con, it was ZoloCon. So they just kind of slipped this guy on the table for people that were attending the con, and chaos ensued. Everybody wanted to know what this was.
Absurd.
Everybody wanted it right away. I will tell you, this is not the only time that this figure will be available. So if you go search Mythic Legion's Legendary Barbarian on eBay right now, it's going to be anywhere upwards of $200. You do not have to pay that price. Don't pay the scalper price. Okay. This, I was told, is going to be available if you're going to MuskeeCon. It's going to be available at Toylanta. Any of the shows that the Horseman crew will be there in person, this figure will be available, and it's like a $50 purchase. So save yourself a lot of heartache, a lot of money. If you're going to one of the shows or know somebody that is, have them pick this guy up for you. You see here, he's got a couple of different heads, and the hair isn't glued down on this one head here, this guy. So, of course, you can make a couple of different, particular characters. I'm sure, you can guess just by looking at the hair colors.
Mm-hmm.
Parts are totally swappable, all the little accessories and stuff. So there's a multitude of looks you can pull off with this guy. And if you don't like his armor, you can pop him apart and put other armor from the Legion's line on him if you want to.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting one of these. Come on, Zoom. Like I said, it was a complete surprise drop, and they will be available at the other, cons, that conventions that the Horseman team will be participating in. That's just some of the pictures. There's that Ninian Warrior Guard, whatever they call him. I can't remember. The snake dude from Legion's Con standing next to the Legendary Barbarian. That's a lot of L's.
Yep, it certainly is.
Okay, now some of the big news here tonight that we're going to talk about is this blasted dragon.
What was it that you called it?
I can't remember.
Something about a hemorrhoid.
Oh, I really don't remember now. I don't remember saying hemorrhoids.
Big green hemorrhoid.
Oh. So let me try to get to. That's just some pretty pictures. That's when they said they were going to announce the open pre-order. I don't want to show him yet. Oh well, whatever.
You said as we scroll to it, so we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, more shots of the dragon. They've broken the dragon into pieces. That's what I was trying to find, was the different not tiers, different. I don't know what you
And they're
like.
calling them tiers, I believe.
I guess we'll just go with what they're saying. So
the base one is $550. I
right,
recall.
right. The dragon itself, the base figure that you kind of see here, is $550. But he also includes that Green Knight that we're gonna talk about here. So until today, they had to reach 2,500 pledges, I think, to include that Green Knight. But they've kind of backpedaled a little bit in hopes of drumming up some more pledges. Some more. I don't want to say backers. It's not really a crowdfunding thing like backer Kickstarter, backer kit, or whatever. But essentially, it kind of is. At its core. What I'm getting at here is now they're including that Knight in the base price, the $550. It doesn't have to sell 2,500 copies for it. So what they did was they've restructured their tiers. I'll just go to him here, and so this is what you're gonna get with the dragon automatically.
Oh, hang on, I'm not on your screen. I switched to my screen.
Wait, what?
I switched to my screen.
Oh, you're at the store.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the $550.
Okay. Yeah.
And he comes with the dude now.
Yeah. So that's what you're seeing here is here. So the little figure standing next to the dragon, that's the base figure for that knight that you're going to get automatically. But if you go up to the top corner, yeah, he's got. So now once we reach 2,500 units, pre-ordered, he will come with all of those little extra accessories and some upgraded soft goods. And I got to tell you, after getting this Necronominus wave and playing around with some of those figures with some of those new soft goods that they're doing, those things elevate these figures to a whole other level. Like when they were saying, like, you guys have no idea how much it's like the line is starting over anew. It's like completely different figures with those things. I had so much fun taking pictures of. I took pictures of some heads that I'd painted in hopes of trying to sell some of them, and one of them was very much like an Assassin's Creed type of vibe because I'd put it on one of the Templar bodies, and it was just amazing how fun that figure was just to mess around with. So those soft goods, they're phenomenal. So they've changed the tiers of what they need to reach, but then you've also got that skeleton that's on there, and that skeleton is broken up kind of like how that knight is. So the skeleton, as it stands, 3,000 backers for the skeleton, the shield, and maybe the sword.
And the sword, yeah.
Yeah, and then once they reach 3,500, it's going to include a couple of extra hands, and that is an orc skull and a vampire skull at its feet. So it's kind of a small little upgrade. So if you are familiar with any of the skeletons that they've released so far, those bare body skeletons that are insanely popular, that's pretty much going to be the all in. Now, these things aren't going to cost you any extra. So if you buy this at $550 and they meet those pre-order numbers sold, all of those figures, all of that other stuff is going to be included at no additional cost. They're not going to come out and go, we're putting, 2 other figures in. Now, we need another $50 from you. That's not the way that they're doing this. As long as they get those pre-order numbers, that's their goals, those will be included at no additional charge. Yeah, I love how they
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
That tail.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, he's a big one. they've also said since they've restructured, because those numbers had to be higher for some of those, the knights and the skeleton and the add-ons and everything, that 4,000 goal mark, there's a secret, like they're not announcing it until, if they reach 4,000, then they will. So there's still one more thing that could possibly be included, and they're almost funded. They're almost at least 2,000. So for the dragon itself, but then for the other tiers, for the other kind of add-ons for the dragons, they've got the additional neck, head, and fire effect, and that particular pack is pretty popular, but for a different reason. Dustin's still oogling over the dragon himself.
Well, I'm trying to get back to there. Here it is.
There you go. Just hit the back button.
Yeah.
So click on that middle one there. So this is an add-on that you can purchase that doesn't come with that 550. So this one is 150, and you get that dragon, that additional extension for the neck. It's got a new head, the fire breath, but then they tossed in a molten glowing hot knight, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like this thing, so it's a translucent figure, and what you see here is what he's originally going to come with. So I think they have to sell like 700, 750, something like that. No, 1,000. So they got to get to 1,000 of this, and they're at about 750 right now, I think. Pre-orders. So that's what comes with just automatically if they reach their numbers. But then if it goes higher, the unlockable stuff really is for that night. So yeah, click on that one. So these are additional parts that they'll include. So it's another set of lower legs and arms that don't have the metal color. So he's all glowing. And then you get that really cool like chainmail wrapped skull. Yeah, that one right there. So it's just such a cool figure. Like it's I don't know. It's awesome.
This is practically trying to sell me, and it's like I don't really have anywhere to put it.
Yeah, no, like so here's the thing. Like if you want this, like you don't have to buy the dragon. You could just, for 150 order this tier, and you'll get that dragon neck with the fire thing and everything, but you'll still get that molten knight figure.
Yeah.
So, and there's some people that have said, they can't afford the dragon, and this is a really great option because then they could make like a diorama set or whatever and just have the dragon head coming through like it's in like a cave or something.
Yeah, that could be
cool. You still get this really awesome dragon head fire effect and everything, and you're getting that special molten figure. And by the way, they've said they're not re-releasing these figures that come as these add-ons with these tiers. They're not going to re-release these. So this is kind of your only chance. Like if you see it and you like it, you got to get it now.
I mean, even just, I know they've done this before, but look at the eyes, dude. Like,
yeah,
the eyes like are exploding out of his head. It's like just all on fire. It's like, oh gosh, that's so cool.
So those parts do come in this set that I showed a little earlier, that zombie builder set, that undead set. It's just, but these are colored in the fire effects, not like the ghostly spirit type of.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really cool. And
geez, I mean,
what?
I just keep looking at this tail, thinking like, good God in heaven, like, my Lord. And see, there's a goblin.
Yep. Gives you a good kind of scale here of if you've got any of these other figures.
I still have this one boxed. I have unboxed this one. I have this one just in a different color. Well, actually, I do have that one. I have the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and one thing I want to point out Like you don't have to be a Mythic Legions fan to get this dragon. Like this figure will go with any kind of fantasy line that you want it to go with. You know, so I mean, it's not just limited if you're a Legions collector or not. Like this thing is unlike anything else that's out there right now. It's hard to describe because I don't personally have it in hand, but I've seen the videos. I've seen what people, have the pictures people have taken at the conventions.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's up? It's hard to wrap your head around just looking at the pictures and everything. But it's such a massive figure. Like it's articulated. It's gonna move. They suspect that you will be able to get him in close enough of a pose where he's laying down and curled up. So that's going to be interesting whenever they get the prototyping in for the articulation and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's what you get with all of that. Again, so they have to sell 1,000 of these, and then there's an unlockable kind of add-on with those additional, molten night pieces. Mm-hmm. But that's what you get with this tier. So let's back up and talk about the last tier, which is the wings. But they've also included a figure with that. So this is your splayed open wings, like he's in flight or whatever. And the figure that they're go ahead. The figure that they're including is it's like a burnt zombie. So much like the dragon itself comes with that kind of ashen burnt skeleton. They're doing the same thing here with like a zombie, their zombie body. So basically that is a Mask of the Red Death figure with some of the new zombie heads that they just came out with in the Necronominus wave here with this Undead Builder set. And even that figure has some unlockables, which you're showing right now, is a couple of additional heads, a shield, some kind of zombie grippy hands, and another sword. So again, the wings is they fund after 1,000 pre-orders, and then beyond that, I think it's 1,500 or whatever. You unlock the additional parts for the figure. So again, this figure comes with the wings automatically when it gets funded. The unlockable stuff are those additional heads and accessories for the figure itself. But again, you don't have to get the wings if you just want the dragon. These wings, that you can pull the more folded, compact wings that come automatically with the dragon, seen right there. You can pull those out of the sockets and then attach these more open, splayed out wings. So it's an optional play option here for people. So there's always that, Now, as we're recording this episode, all 3 tiers are nearly funded. It's lapping at the numbers right now to be fully funded. And I think once they reach that benchmark of, we got 2,000 for the dragon, we got 1,000 for, the additional head, and we got another 1,000 for the wings. We're going into full production right now. I think once that happens, more people are going to jump on board going, it's definitely a sure thing right now. Let me assure you right now, even though it's not funded, this stuff is getting made.
Right.
Trust me. Mark it down on your calendar right now. March 17th, 2025, Zombie said this stuff's getting made. Make no mistake. They're not going to get this close and not make this thing.
Yeah.
And we still have a couple of weeks left to go on this. So there's people waiting till close to the end to go ahead and pledge, which there's always people like that. This is pretty much the part of any campaign, any kind of crowdfunding that you see where there's kind of a lull in the middle. They have made steady progress, and they've given updates daily on where the numbers are, how many pre-orders they have for which tier. So they've done a great job about being really transparent about where they stand on this thing.
Right. Dude, I want one. Damn it.
So I will say now, it seems like a lot of money right out of the gate. And so if you get the Dragon, if you get both add-ons, that's 550 plus 150 plus another 150. That's 850 right out of the gate. That's 850. That's not counting,
Shipping.
if you got to deal with sales tax and shipping and all that kind of stuff. But if you live anywhere near the New Jersey warehouse where these guys operate out of, they do have an option where you can, at checkout, pick local pickup. So you can physically go there and pick up your Dragon. So you don't have to worry about shipping fees or whatever. But that's only if you're local or if you're planning a trip and they haven't scheduled what day that is yet. They have not, announced, okay, local pickup. This is the day. This is the time. If you miss it, there will be a like a $15 or is it $15 or 15% now? I don't remember. There will be an additional fee plus whatever shipping that you're going to owe for them to send this thing out to you. Aside from that, there are options for paying. So you don't have to pay right up front for this thing. And it's going to take time to get made. Now, I just want to be clear. This is projected 2026, but it's so big. And this thing, there's nothing like it that's ever been attempted before. So there's going to be delays. That's all par for the course here. That's totally normal. You cannot name me a single toy company out there that doesn't run into any kind of issues during production. It's just something that happens. A lot of people get freaked out. This could take 2 years to come out. I mean, it's possible, yeah, but it will come out. There's no doubt that it will not come out. Okay. I've been following these guys for years. I can tell you there's been some pretty dark times where molds to their figures, factory made molds, have gone missing, have been damaged, and they've always come through and recovered them. They were able to get them back, and they went into production, and they sent out everything that they owed everybody.
You and me both, dude.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I want one for sure. But the whole thing, there are payment options, so they are partnered with, they have shop pay there. They're partnered with a firm. Since this is such a big purchase, they can break it down for you into smaller payments. There's if you go ahead and go with shop, the shop pay app thing, it's a pay in 4 system. So it breaks it down into 4 payments. If you need a little more time, that's where a firm comes in and they can break it down into 4 months, 6 months, or 12 months for payment. So the chunks get smaller the more you stretch it out. But if you go that route, there will be interest charged.
Yep.
But it's a great option for somebody that can't drop, $850 right out of their pocket for this thing.
Yeah.
Just know there are payment options, and you just use whatever's best for you. Don't overstretch. Don't try to live without your means. I'm not, telling everybody, you just need to go out and just get this thing. Even I'm trying to figure out, I have not pre-ordered yet. I'm trying to figure out how to make it work, what's best for me, because we've all got responsibilities, that type of stuff comes first. Toys and entertainment and everything that's always, back burner stuff. Don't ruin your life for toys. Okay. That's not what we're about. That's not what we're here to promote. But yeah, it is a beast of a figure, and
it really is.
It's articulated. It will move. I keep telling people this. It's not a statue. It is not.
This tail alone, is blowing my mind.
It's a segmented tail up to a certain point, and then they said it's going to be like a bendy type of material. And I can go on record and say I've not had any problems whatsoever so far with any of the bendy wire stuff that the Horsemen have made. Like they do it right. It's not like cheapo, squishy, McFarlane stuff that dry rots in a couple of years if you don't, like massage oils into it or something like that. Some weird freaky shit. Anyway. So yeah, it's broken into 3 tiers. If you want to help support and you can't afford the dragon itself, like I said, you can go pick up the one where it's the neck and the head with the fire effect and the molten glowing knight or whatever. But yeah, it's really cool, And I've known some people that have publicly posted on Facebook. It's like, yeah, I can't do the dragon. I'm just going to do the one with the head and the glowy night guy on fire, and because that's cool, It's fire.
Excuse me. That is an interesting option.
But like I said, struggling allergies. I apologize.
Yeah, that is an interesting option. I'll admit I have not thought of that, but I could see doing something like that, like have it coming out of a wall or something like that. I don't know. As you know, I'm not real good in thinking things through, apparently.
And you get that really great alternate head sculpt, the one where he's really snarling and blowing that fire. And it does come, so it does have a detachable tongue on that head.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if you don't, so like the fire is not permanent. You don't, like, you could just have him like roaring or whatever. So that's something, we didn't touch on when we were looking at that tier or whatever, but he will come with an additional tongue. So the fire's not permanent.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a fully painted, it's the head itself, the neck. It's big enough, just that thing.
That it is.
Let's see. I'm trying to work out. Yeah, if you would pop over to my screen share, because I want to. So the knight's name that comes with the main body of the dragon itself is Sir Benegar. Okay, so again, this is that base figure that's already going to come included with the dragon itself, which is awesome on its own. I mean, it's got a couple of new parts here that we've never seen before, like the pauldrons and the head. That helmet's never been used before. Neither of those pauldrons. We've seen similar stuff, but yeah, that green is just phenomenal looking. I love that green.
I mean, it kind of looks similar to, in the other image, it looked similar to the green of the elves and the
Xylona's flock.
Yeah, Xylona's flock. Yeah,
they have that green kind of metallic color to a lot of their armor pieces. Here we see some of his upgraded stuff. We get a good look at those soft goods. That's the unlockable tier at 2,500 pre-orders, 2,500. I don't know, backers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
and then that shield with that just colossal dragon head on it. It's really hard to see, but in this picture, if you look at the sword, it looks like the sword is kind of like molten, like hot metal too. Like it's got kind of that painted effect on it, which is really cool. And that's a new sword. That sword's not been released yet. So that's a cool little new piece there. Here's the loadout of all of that unlockable stuff. Again, at 2,500 units pre-ordered. It's a good look at his additional head, which I laughed because the other day I saw where somebody did like a Photoshop edit, and they put like the little chin, the facial hair, chin hair on that face plate, and I swear to God, it looks like Trevor Williams. 1/6 shooter, of course, is who their official photographer is and everything of all of this. And then what's even funnier is when he saw that, he said he showed his wife, and his wife looked at it, and without him ever saying anything, she said, "That's you." So that's really good. That's funny. But yeah, no, you get a really good look at that cape that he comes with, and that's such a good figure. Good
Yeah, it
looking.
is. So I saw someone comment. I don't know where it was, but they were talking about, okay, the dragon doesn't have a saddle, so
Right.
why would he need a lance, or what would his horse look like? And just seeing the colors makes me think, okay, well, maybe it's not a horse, maybe it's more like a centaur or something
Maybe
else.
maybe it's a smaller dragon that's horse
Yeah,
sized. I
yeah.
I wouldn't put it past the horseman to already have something like that in the works for this particular
Cough. Maybe
character.
it's the other thing that they haven't said.
Maybe,
The baby
maybe,
dragon.
maybe. This is a new faction of characters that they're introducing here. They've really put a lot of thought into a bunch of this. It's not something that they're just, oh, well, let's try this, let's try that. They have a plan,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to keep stuff a little close to the chest here. But here's another shot, and this is just
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, yeah, you see somebody's gif over here. Yes. Yes,
Yep.
I said it both ways on purpose.
And a better look at the sword.
Yeah. I mean, that's just such a gorgeous figure.
Molten-y looking sword. Oh, how amazing is that?
And so that the dragon head seen on this shield too, I want to point out that is a plug-on piece. So you don't have to keep that on there if it looks, a little much for you or whatever. There is an additional piece. Let me back up and this little round thing here by the lance.
Mm.
So that is a shield plug-in. You can remove the dragon head off of it, and there's a plug there that you can swap that around on if you want something a little that makes a little more, sense or whatever. But I like both. That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, unless if he comes with a dragon, a smaller dragon, or that's like the whole goal is to get a smaller dragon for him with a saddle or mount, then I would say the head doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be wearing a smaller head of a dragon on top of a dragon. You just probably, it's not in good taste. It's in poor taste. So, but
maybe it keeps him in line. Look what happened to the last one, asshole.
Look what happened to the last one. You would end up like him.
Yeah, no. Let's see. Okay, there's a good little close up there of
vampire,
the vampire orc. And the orc. So the orc is on the left, the vampire skull is on the right. Those that's the little upgrade kit for
it's all about the teeth.
Ashen skeleton. Which
look to the teeth.
Yeah. So that's a cool little addition.
Yeah, for sure.
I did mention the local pickup will be available for people that are around the New Jersey area that are close enough to be able to drive. You lucky bastard.
And when you check out, don't select local pickup.
Yeah, if you can't go whenever they announce what day it is and the times, like if you can't do it, don't pick that. Like it's on there by default. So when you check out, you really have to pay attention. Yep. Pick your shipping or whatever, because you will incur a $15 fee or something like that, whatever it is. It's $15 or 15%. It's one of the two. Like I don't remember. Like I really can't. And it doesn't say on that post, does it? I'm not sure. Let me see here.
Oh, wait, blah, blah, blah. Only those.
Yeah, I don't think it mentions it here.
Yeah, wait, right there. Will also incur the in-stock change fee of $15 per order for that change.
Yeah. So $15 will be added to whatever it is for shipping that you're going to end up having to pay at that time. If you so pay attention, because there are some people that missed that.
Yep.
So okay. There's our toasty zombie,
Mm-hmm.
our crispy dude. I don't know what to call him.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah. And then here's our molten knight again.
Yeah.
There's that flaming skull.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, and then there's kind of the breakdown, the prices. We went over that. We covered that. There's the cool little graphic that they made to show the progress. This is an old one, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
because they're way higher than that now. Yeah, there's kind of the loadout again. Kind of a different spread, gives you an idea about what each one will come with.
Yeah.
There's something I'm trying to get to, and it was the boxes.
Oh.
Yeah. More looks for the alternate heads and accessories for the Ashen Zombie. Here are the boxes. This is what I wanted to talk about. So, just to kind of give you an idea about the size of the boxes that these will come in. So, here we have a couple of guys from Four Horsemen team. We have, George Gaspar and Robert Cookie Cook. Happy birthday, Cookie. It's always his birthday. That's the running joke. Every day is Cookie's birthday. Now, here's the thing. Here's my concern with the whole box thing is they're showing this as an example of the size of the boxes that each piece will be packed in. But my concern is, are they shipping in 3 separate boxes like this if you get all of those pieces? I'm worried that service carriers won't keep all 3 boxes together. So you might only get, one piece one day, another piece another day, and then the final piece some other time.
Yeah.
If they all make it to you. That's just the world we live in. There's always going to be that worry there, So I hope that for people that get all of it, somehow they find a way to combine all 3 of those boxes.
Yeah. Well, I'll say, as a collector myself, I was worried about the same thing with the Cat's Lair, and it was luckily labeled box 1 of 2, box 2 of 2, and they somehow magically made it here on the same day and the same delivery guy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, stuff happens.
It does. But
knowing my luck, I'd be the one person where, like the fiery breath head and the wings would show up and the whole damn dragon's missing.
Yeah.
And indefinitely. And, I'm not a whole big fan of how the U.S. Postal Service is operating right now, because they've got massive delays, whether it's their fault or not. That's a different topic. I'm not getting into that. I do have my concerns when it comes to shipping, even if it's labeled, box 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. There's no guarantee all 3 are going to stay together during the whole transit time.
Yeah,
it should. That's how things should work. But
in a perfect world,
let's face it. Often more than not, it won't happen.
Hopefully not.
Maybe I'm just worried over nothing.
Now we'll call it that, but you're not wrong.
But yeah, so that kind of gives you. I mean, like you said, your Cat's Lair was in 2 separate boxes.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like 3 separate boxes to me for each thing.
Yeah.
So it's just one of the worries that I have with this whole campaign and this whole thing, how it's going to be handled. Like I was talking with you privately, this is going to change the toy industry somehow, some way, in some way, shape, or form. It's going to change. What that change is right now, I can't say. I don't know. But here's another kind of size comparison with some other toy lines. I'm trying to get the whole thing. I just can't get him all on screen. He's so freaking big. I can't do it. So if you've got the dragon from the Masters of the Universe Classics, that kind of gives you an idea about his size.
Yeah.
But then there's some Black Series, some Joe Classifieds. There's a NECA Turtle in there.
Yep.
So that's kind of where he stands on the shelf.
Absolutely massive.
Like I said, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another.
They need to go ahead and slip in a Thundercat down there just so I can have an idea. It's like just set Lion-O next to him and just let me know if it looks okay. Because
you got Batman in there, and that looks
that's Batman.
Kind of the scale of you've got the turtles. You know how big they are, so
yeah.
That's roughly the.
No, I don't mean that. I'm just saying.
We're looking, shoulder joint height for your dragon for your Lion-O there. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know. I'm talking more of a like an aesthetic looking. Like, does it look okay, or is it like way too much for Lion-O?
So here's the announcement that they made today. Oops, I don't want to grab it. I'm trying to, I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but it's pretty much what I had touched on. The dragon itself, they're at 1,402 units as of the this morning when they posted this. So they're almost at their 2,000 minimum to go into production for him. The Fiery Breath looks like 927 units have sold. So they're almost at 1,000. And then the wing set falling a little bit behind, 760 units sold.
Yeah.
Of 1,000 to go into production. And like I said, here's that cool little graphic. They've done a really good job of updating almost every day. Ooh, sorry about that.
Yeah, for sure.
So this gives you an idea of the unlockables, like we were talking about. Those additional pieces for the figures themselves. So there's nothing really unlockable for the dragon himself, other than that additional head and the wings piece, which they're own separate tiers. All of the stretch goals that are locked are for those figures that come with the dragon, which I thought was an interesting thing to do for this style of campaign. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
the dragon's getting made.
There's
no doubt about it. It's getting made.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know, but as far as that goes, it looks amazing. I'm still tripping over the tail, dude. It blows my mind. And I know the dragon looks amazing, but even like how segmented the tail is and how like flexible and the way it lays, it blows my mind.
Yeah. And it's not going to be stuck on the ground whenever the thing finally gets made. Like the joints are going to be strong enough to where if you want that tail, bent up and outward, it'll hold that pose.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be, loose, limp like a marionette draped on the ground the whole time. It's not
going to be like one of those plastic snakes that used to wind side to side and just flop over. Yeah, no, it's not like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that at all.
Well, anyway, we have other things to do. We have other things to talk about too.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to talk about for the Horsemen. Let me see. Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Also, just want to Well, we'll talk about Fresh Monkey Fiction. I want to talk about a couple other things too.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I've got to find where their little updates and teasers started.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if you haven't funded for the Musk for ramen toy, their diorama, dude, get on that. I know I want one. Order one for me. Order. Well, no, I don't mean it like that. I'm saying order one so I can live through you and just.
Oh,
because I can't.
You mean me? Me order one?
No, I'm.
You know what you're telling me? I'm trying
audience
to order
in general. I know you're trying to work on the dragon.
No offense. That's just, man, it's a really bad time for me.
Right. Oh. But all right, so Fresh Monkey Fiction revealed some of their little teasers.
Yep. So this is the Donner Party from their Monster Force, which I believe is still up for pre-order right now over on Big Bad Toy Store. They announced that they're going to be available soon, very soon. So they're going to be an in-stock item for sure. There's a lot of people waiting for this particular figure. A lot of people excited for it. So
this figure alone was like, oh, I want to order that. I mean,
yeah, don't sleep on it.
That looks insane.
It kind of makes me wonder if they're going to release others in this particular style, because it's called a Donner Party, but it's just one figure.
Yeah.
So maybe from a future wave or something.
Well, hang on.
I'm hanging.
So there was the Donner Party. Was a cannibal, so that was traveling out west and ended up having to something happened to their party and they ended up having to cannibalize each other, and it's
right. So
it'll be interesting if maybe he comes with other parts or something like a jawbone that he can chew on or something.
Well, I mean, there's more than one survivor of that situation. Why they call it a party. I don't know. I'm just curious. So
maybe we'll have let's build a snowman. We could make him our best friend.
So that was kind of their first little, cool production shots. Here's another one of the figures from it. The name escapes me right now. I'm terrible with names. I don't know. Was it in the post? Let me back up. Operation Monster Force Season 0 later this summer. Here's a look at the Apophis Legion Counter-Terrorism Unit Trooper. Did I say that right? Apophis? Okay. Counter-Terrorism Unit Trooper. Zombie action going on there.
CTU up in the house.
Howdy. How we doing? Nice little builder figure, They do a good job with these things, the way that their accessories and stuff are, modular. You can make a bunch of different looks just with all the same figure, and they could be like a specialized unit.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the way that they've done stuff like that, because there's a lot of mass-produced stuff. It's like, no, it's stuck, it's static, and then you army build them, and it's just the same guy over and over.
Yeah. And if you end up doing that, you have to, try to make them stand out, or
you end up
do something and to make them unique.
Right. Look, they mentioned our guys here from the Nameless Toy Company for Zombies from Mars.
Yeah.
Their campaign's still going on right now. Go check them out on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
they could use all the help they can get.
Heck yeah.
Really cool looking figures. They've got big plans. Go back them so that they get made.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the was Lieutenant Griffin the Eraser. Here's your Invisible Man type of character.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people excited for this guy too. I love the wrapped head with the goggles look.
Yeah.
It's so cool looking.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just a really well put together character. And then he comes with some swappable parts to emphasize his invisibility.
So cool.
Yeah. You need to get those guys, or, at least the main guy back on and talk to him about his new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Love to get him and Arlen back on just to kind of pick their brain about all of this stuff, because this is just really cool stuff.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't read the name on this one. Sorry. Sleepwalker Aerial Assault Trooper. Dig that crazy helmet.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of masks like that, so I love that kind of stuff.
They do a really good job too with, like, see how that hose on that figure and it plugs into the weapon and then goes around to the backpack. They do really good work with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then here's one of the wolf troops.
Oh,
Werewolf news.
Werewolf news.
You never know when werewolf news will pop up.
Pretty much. And I'm sorry, that gun reminds me of the Big Mama gun that I can't think of anything tonight.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. Where are you going?
He's big, red. Oh, Hellboy.
Hellboy? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was he called that the baby, I think. Because he made the joke, oh, you woke up the baby, when he pulled the big ass gun out. Let's see. Was that all of the cool little promotionals that they... Yep, I think so. And
digging this line, digging all these lines that are coming out.
They also made an announcement here that they're partnering even further with Big Bad Toy Store to create Big Bad Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more independent type of stuff outside of just like their Eagle Force line and Operation Monster Force. They're going to be bringing on really cool new projects under Big Bad Workshop.
Yep.
So that's really cool. Congratulations on that partnership.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is their the Fresh Monkey Fiction fans Facebook group. If you're not already joined in that, you like what you see, go give them a follow, go join, all that good stuff.
Do it all.
Yep. And speaking of which, I'm gonna hop over to Kickstarter, and we're gonna check up on our guys from Space Zombies from Mars. If I can spell it.
Space Zombies from Mars.
Yep. Let's see. Did it work? It did. All right. I'm gonna hop over there. Mind me just for a second. I want to log out of Facebook so we don't get interference from that. Hey, there we go. And it looks like they're up to 37,000. So they've got a little ways to go, 14 days. Not bad.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Let's see. Do we have any updates? First quick update. We're a third of the way to our goal. Yep. Oh, okay. Cool. They give size comparison here. Trying to zoom work, damn it.
Oh, nice.
Check that out. Yeah, that's pretty good scale wise. So far left we have Spider-Man, which looks like I forget what version of him that is. That is a Toy Biz, not a Toy Biz. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Marvel
what year
Legends?
is it? It is a Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure. Probably that like one of the new animated retro card versions. Then we've got the new Duke that came out through the classified, also Hasbro. Next to that is the Operations Monster Force figures. So that kind of gives you a scale, and that looks like exactly the same scale as those guys. It looks, head to head just like that.
Yeah.
In the middle, in the green space suit. Ooh, zoot suit. That's our guys here. That's the space zombies from Mars. That's their that's their prototype. The black and blue figure next to him, that is a Cosmic Legions figure. That's Fisher Rice. Yes, it's a tribute figure. And then all the way by himself at the end, last but not least, we've got Mando himself.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if that is that might be a Hasbro. It looks like Black Series.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. There's a lot of these figures, they look so similar now. So if you have any of these figures or collect any of these lines, you get kind of an idea of scale. Which
that's one of the first. That's one of the first Mandos has the smaller head.
Oh, okay. So it probably is the Hasbro Black Series then.
Yep.
So yeah, no, that's really cool. Always like whenever projects they give size comparison with other lines that people might be collecting. Just kind of give you an idea, like yeah, here's the size we're working with. This is what we want to make.
Yeah. Those are very much on par with the Hasbro.
Yep.
Hasbro
and there's nothing worse than going into something like this and they're telling you, oh yeah, it's 1/12 scale, it's 1/12. It'll be 6 inches or whatever, and then you get it and it's actually a little smaller.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite look right with your other stuff. If you're wanting to mix lines and everything, that's always a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
So looking like Black Series is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Just a hair. Oh, they got Paint Masters. Let's see. Did they say who these figures were painted by? The one and only Jason Bienvu. That's the guy from Animal Warriors of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Someone that I've reached out several times to say, hey, dude, I can paint for you. Send me some shit. I'll paint. I guess he's just like, nah, dog, I can paint myself. I got this.
That's what everyone says.
Like, all right, whatever. Someone will give me a shot one day.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. Nothing wrong with Jason's paints. They just, they're very solid colors. That's all for tonight, but I'll leave you with a little teaser of something we have in the works. More details on this figure coming later this week. Interesting.
Indeed.
Always cool. Always good to see new stuff like that.
Yeah.
And thinking ahead. So yeah, go over to Kickstarter, search Space Zombies from Mars. Go give them a go give them some support.
Yeah.
Dustin, you've got a Kickstarter that we can talk about here. We mentioned on Friday.
Yeah.
Let me know what that is. What is it?
It's called Escargot.
Escargot. There we go.
Yep.
I didn't even have to type it all. Would you go? Oh, it went away. Okay. No, there we go. Sorry. There we go. So this is a board game, correct?
Yeah, it's a board game, and we actually got to play through it on a show last week. And well, hang on. Jonathan says zombies in space are always great.
Oh. Yeah, wait, I'm not on screen here. Let me hop over. Oh yeah. Hey man, what's up? I thought that might have been you.
But yeah, so this is it's a board game that was put together by Christopher Brown, one of our fellow Madness insane folks, so to speak. And are you trying to show that?
I got you, Jonathan. No.
Oh, okay.
Don't change. I'm like, I'll have an update for you soon. I'm working on stuff for him. Working on stuff for a bunch of people. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so this is a board game. And you pulled it up, so I can't scroll. So if you scroll down,
yep.
You'll see that you can there. It's very much like a Mario Kart type game. You start out with like a track, and you can put down little boxes that are traps or bombs or shells or different things like that you can pick up along the way. And if you hit a bomb, then you drop a cargo, and other people racing behind you, or they can turn around and go back and pick it up, or whatever the case may be. And then whoever makes it to the end with the most cargo wins. And so this is saying that these little snail things they're Kickstarter exclusive. Otherwise they'll just be dice or tokens or whatever the case may be. I forget exactly what it says, but
yeah, and it also says not available at retail.
Yeah.
So for the backing options, they do have. If you're a retailer that's interested in backing this and carrying this in your shop, if you've got a gaming shop or whatever, they do have a tier specially catered for those retailers. So you get a better deal on bulk orders for this game. So, but I'm assuming that it's saying here what they're implying is if you back this as an individual, whatever, these are, little tokens, little game pieces that are included just for you. Yep. So this is their Kickstarter exclusive, so to speak.
That's right. And like I said, it was a fun game. It comes with little road tiles, start, finish, and you can wind it around however which way you want. It has dice that tells you how fast you can move, how many spaces, and all that stuff. And the little tokens that are down there at the bottom, those signify whatever thing they are meant to signify. I forget what each one is. They have like bombs and shells, and
it looks like bombs, traps. There's a box. It looks like a trampoline.
Yep.
Looks like a speed, like a odometer or something.
So there's a speed up and a slow down. You can get speed ups and slow downs, and so you can when someone's coming around you can be like, I'm gonna roll and give that one a slow down, so then they can't roll as many dice. They have to lose one of the dice that they can roll. So, and if you're have a speed up, you get another dice that you can roll. So
it seems well thought out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I mean, my kids and I enjoyed it immensely, and so I made sure to hop on there and pick up a physical copy so that way we could play it whenever we want. And we're going to have a blast when this gets made. So
yeah, so that it looks like there is a a digital copy that you can get, and that pledge looks like it's $10. The
Mhm.
physical board game is $30, and then
Yep.
the retailer, like I'd mentioned, it's $120. You get 5 copies of the game at a 20% discount. All unlocked stretch goals included. Must provide proof of establishment. So you have to have a brick and mortar store, apparently.
Mhm.
Which, that's totally reasonable. There's a lot of people that offer stuff like this. Like, yeah, you can't just run it out of your garage, man. You
Right.
gotta have not out of the trunk of your car. You gotta
Right.
have a physical store, right? Yeah, no, that's cool though.
Yeah, Pops
Gives you
says he ordered one for his grandkids, so
yeah, there you go.
there you go. I mean, got to get it out, and I mean, and this dude, he's a genius. Like he apparently he's done everything from novels to comic books to
Wow.
everything under the sun. Right now we're playing through one of his original campaigns, Slaughterville, that takes place in his universe that he's made. And so I haven't started yet, but I think I've been on one episode where that was just making the character. And so this week when I come back, I'll be there. Yeah, we'll see. And it's I'm told Chris is a very fun DM. It's weird that both of the DMs that I know are Christopher Brown, and Chris, one of my buddies. So a different guy, Chris Martin. But regardless, yeah, yep, I will be there on Thursday. Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, as my mom used to say. Which
So
I
yeah,
think was
looks
actually
like
something she said.
looks like a
her mom
fun
said.
little game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and
They're a little shy of halfway there for their goal, but they've got 16 days left.
mm-hmm.
So we're kind of, like I mentioned with the other campaigns, this is kind of the middle of the road. This is that lull that happens kind of
Yep.
midway through all of the campaigns. It's pretty typical stuff, but
Yep.
looks like it's a lot of fun. Where can they find that playthrough, that video, Dustin?
On our YouTube, it's on a playlist that is titled "Just Roll with It," and it's with the Thunder Kittens. So
Nice.
And it's also in our season 7 playlist that we're up to now. It's hard to believe that we're 7 seasons into this,
right?
and again, this just chaps my ass just a little bit, but again, all congratulations to Figure Fight Club and Avi. Not trying to take away anything, but it's like, dude, come on. We've been here for 7 seasons.
Well,
200 episodes,
We're like
but I'm
aged wine.
I'm kidding. I'm just saying. But
there's other
fun.
shows that are newer that are, they've got a good formula or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're just two dudes sitting here talking, whatever.
And Pops actually dropped the link in the
one of those directions.
in the comments.
It's in
that's
chat.
to the actual Kickstarter, so that way you don't have to worry about trying to click off or do something different. But yeah. So yeah, it's there, and my name in the game is Dusty Gunslinger. I'm a gunslinger, but my name's Dusty Fog.
There you go. All right.
So, yeah.
Anything else you want to promote, talk about?
Yeah. So let's see. Where is it?
I don't know. Where'd you
Ramen
leave
Toy. Go pick up their Musk or the van or the heads, anything that they have. I mean, they are just good people, and I'm really excited for them, and I love everything that Ace is doing over there, and it's just good fun. And then if you venture to support us and our affiliate, go check out super7.com, Masters of the Thunder Nerds, and that is my code for anything you want to buy from Super 7. So we have that, and I haven't made a graphic yet, but also bulkdominoes.com, also bulkdominoes.com, and just like the same thing, Masters of the Thunder Nerds. And that's my affiliate links to both of those. And, that just helps support our show. And we also, where's the thing? Here's the thing. All of our merchandise and stuff like that we can, anything you want, we'll get it to you. So, yeah, that's that.
So I do want to say go ahead and bring that up, because the dragon that we were talking about in length tonight, where to find that, you go to storehorseman.com. Yep, right there. And that's where you find this guy at, and all the different tiers that you can, whichever one you want. Maybe you don't want the dragon, but you want the figures that come with it. It's all right there. Everything that you need to know, what comes with, what it's going to unlock at certain numbers or whatever. So
right.
I realized I didn't say where to go get him while we were talking about him. When you were talking about all those other stuff, like, oh yeah, people are going, where do I find this thing? You've talked about it for an hour.
Well, there you go. Storehorseman.com, and you can order that and do all that fun stuff. Do the needful, as we used to joke around. That
and they do have some in stock stuff. Like, you don't have to wait for a pre-order to come in or whatever. So they've got a bunch of in stock figures. If you want something in hand now, you pick, choose what you see something you like, get a feel for the product or whatever.
Yeah,
get you a cool figure, get some cool toys, and then tell you what, buy something. Come tell us what you think of it. We'd love to hear.
For sure. Love to hear some feedback on what you guys think. Because we're big geeks into all this stuff. So I mean, we talk about it and love it, but it's nice to hear other folks' perspectives and things like that. Just hear. But yeah. So I guess with that, I will say tune in Friday the 14th. Nope,
wrong one.
Are you telling me that I didn't do it? Okay, well, this Friday, let's see if I can do it. Hang on.
That happened. We're time travelers now.
Den of Thieves and Blood and Bone. And see, I needed this to remind me what the movies were specifically. It's like, but yeah, so I believe Pop said we're going to be watching Den of Thieves on Thursday night, movie nights, hangouts. But yeah, watch Blood and Bone, Den of Thieves, and meet us back on Friday. And we'll join in the conversation and chat about them. Have a good time.
Den of Bees and Blood and Bees.
No beats. Yes.
I still don't know what you were talking about. From some movie with bees. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it is, and I'm trying to forget now.
Never.
It was something.
All right.
RPJ says great movies. Well, you have his opinion.
Well, we shall
join us for hours on Friday, and so let's see if I can figure out how to get this end. Okay, here we go. All right, Thunder Nerds ho! See you next time.
show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic.